As a central bank of a sovereign nation, should you be having an ulterior motive other than protecting and safeguarding the country's monetary policy and controlling the supply of currency in a nation? Sadly, in the Gambia, there is another hidden role of the Central Bank of the Gambia that as many as 99% of you might not be aware of. The Central Bank of the Gambia has a highly suspicious agenda that an ordinary Gambian might find difficult to comprehend. This is either carried out by an individual or a group of individuals within the central bank, willing to go to any length to get themselves rich at all cost. But what are we actually talking about here, and who is responsible for this surprised and highly controversial move? You will be shocked to find out how people in the central bank are wrongfully helping themselves. Another thing that will leave you wildly suspicious is how the Gambian president has decided to block this issue from coming to light. Make sure you stay till the end as we reveal the culprits. Is this how people left in charge of the public institutions work? Parading themselves in luxury vehicles bought by taxpayers' money as hard workers. However, this is simply the complete opposite. This means a complete institutional failure such as that of the Central Bank of the Gambia, the Banjul International Airport, and Gambian hospitals. That reminds me. Talking about the airport, there is yet another blackout at the Banjul International Airport despite the millions of dollars gone in a form of airport renovation. Something as basic as electricity lacking at the airport is definitely a huge cause for concern, leaving travelers and passengers in a completely dark world. On December 21, 2024, Banjul International Airport experienced a significant power outage that disrupted operations and led to multiple flight diversions. The National Water and Electricity Company, NAWEC, had scheduled maintenance on the new 225 kV electricity line from Brikama to Jabang, during which precautionary measures were communicated to relevant stakeholders. Despite these measures, the power supply to the airport became unstable due to a surge in demand when users switched back on simultaneously, causing the line to trip. This left the airport reliant on its automated backup system, which is designed to shut down automatically when unstable power is detected. The power outage rendered runway lights and communication systems inoperative, forcing flights such as SN Brussels and ASCII to divert to Dakar, Senegal, after multiple failed landing attempts. This incident highlighted significant lapses in infrastructure preparedness and raised concerns about the Gambia's reputation as a safe and reliable travel destination. An audit report finalized in December 2021 by the National Audit Office found that the Gambia Civil Aviation Authority, GCAA, did not have a sufficient backup generator when NAWEC was out. They claimed that the airport had procured 2 generators as part of improvement works carried out. Until today, the airport is witnessing a complete blackout. The real shocker we are talking about here is that Gambian pregnant women are going through hell at a local hospital. A hospital worker in Farafenni General Hospital decided he had enough and decided to let the cat out of the bag. What he said is unbelievable. Farafenni General Hospital currently does not have a functioning scanner for pregnant women that is in service. Yes, you heard that right. Out of the entire general hospital, there is no scanner. An ultrasound scan uses sound waves to build a picture of the baby in the womb. The scans are painless, have no known side effects on mothers or babies, and can be carried out at different stages of pregnancy. It is used to detect some physical conditions as well as the positioning of the baby. An ultrasound scan is also used to check your baby's size. At the 12-week dating scan, this gives a better idea of how many weeks pregnant you are. Your due date, which is originally calculated from the first day of your last period, may be adjusted according to the ultrasound measurements. Above all, it is extremely important in checking that the baby is growing normally. This is particularly important if you're carrying twins, or you've had problems in this pregnancy or a previous pregnancy. This is the crucial medical equipment that is lacking at the Farafenni General Hospital. The scanner is out of service because the practitioner that operates the machine is out of practice, and as a result, women are being referred either to Combo or to Senegal. Pregnant women will need to wait for the clinician to return to practice before they could use the ultrasound again. Shocking, right? Can you imagine the journey? How stressful it is going to be, especially if you're using public transport? Pregnant women are facing significant challenges, as traveling to Combo or Senegal is not only expensive but also extremely difficult. It is simply just shocking that a major regional hospital lacks such important and life-saving equipment. The Ministry of Health has not taken any action to address this issue until after valuable time was lost. This situation is putting the health of many women and their pregnancies at risk, as many simply cannot afford to travel such long distances to carry out a much-needed assessment in the form of an ultrasound scan. Is this acceptable? Comment your thoughts below. Right, let's move to the central bank saga, shall we? What is actually happening in the Central Bank of the Gambia? How is it going against its primary duties for the interest of some internal individuals? And most importantly, who is behind all this? First, this is a humble request to please support our work by liking this video and subscribing to the African Pacific YouTube channel, a Gambian-owned channel looking into the happenings of the motherland that are often ignored by mainstream media. Please show your support by liking and subscribing. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what's currently happening with the Central Bank of the Gambia. Some people within the institution have been helping themselves to the damaged banknotes to enrich themselves. But how and why does the Central Bank of the Gambia deal with damaged Gambian dalasis in the first place? This is how it happens. When a banknote is damaged or mutilated, the central bank is responsible for destroying it under strict security measures, often by burning it and replacing it with new banknotes. In this case, replacing it with new dalasi notes. For example, when commercial banks have damaged notes, they take them to the central bank, where the note's authenticity is validated before an exchange takes place. In many countries, the central bank publishes an annual report detailing the amount of damaged currency destroyed and the cost of replacing it. Now let's turn our focus to the Gambia, our homeland. At the central bank, the staff responsible for destroying mutilated dalasi are reportedly multimillionaires, raising questions about their sources of income. They are using these damaged currencies to make themselves rich and wealthy. Instead of performing the duties of the central bank, which is destroying damaged currencies, they decided to take the other route, which is the route to self-enrichment. According to credible information from someone close to the entire process, they usually collaborate with certain Indian businessmen at Jimpex to redeem damaged Gambian dalasi notes at full cost or value. Now let's make it simple for everyone to understand. To put this simply, when large quantities of mutilated dalasi notes are submitted to the central bank, instead of being destroyed as required, they are packed into bags and handed over to the Indians. These Indians will then deposit the mutilated notes into their bank accounts. Since they are regular clients running multi-million dalasi enterprises, the bank raises no suspicions and does not alert the financial crime authorities. It is alleged that they also have collaborators within the bank who facilitate the smooth operation of this scheme. The bank subsequently replaces the damaged notes with new ones, effectively laundering the money. In this manner, damaged banknotes aren't destroyed. Instead, they are handed over to Indians at Jimpex, who put them back into circulation, generating millions of dalasis every week. But who is behind this saga? The alleged mastermind behind it, Baye Job, is currently in police custody. However, the Gambian president has once again decided to block investigations in this mega money scandal. Let's look at what Adama Barrow has done. It is obvious he is trying to protect someone from getting disclosed. Who knows? Could be himself or someone really close. This is a polite reminder to please like this video and subscribe to the African Pacific YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Now let's look at what the Gambian president has done regarding this whole issue. The State House has allegedly directed the police to suspend their investigation into the central bank scandal. All detained staff have been released without charge. One of the alleged damaged money launderers is a cousin of Alhaji Cisse, President Barrow's chief of protocol. They grew up together in the same compound in Banjul. So the almighty Adama Barrow again has decided that there will be no investigations despite saying he is fighting corruption. This move from Adama Barrow is simply just alarming, and it tells a lot about the whole scandal. Is it possible that he is part of it or someone close to him is part of it? This will become clear one day. With all what Adama Barrow is currently doing, do you see him staying in the Gambia after leaving office? The answer is a blatant no. He is simply just going to be another national pariah just like Yahya Jammeh. How unwise.